time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace and former Ottawa Senator Jason York.
Holy shit, we're going to 6. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coming In Hot. Brent Wallace alongside Jason York and Graeme Nichols. I don't have a voice. I'm dying of a slow death of Ebola, but I'll hang in there. Nice to see you guys.
Hey, good to see you guys back safe and sound.
We're still in Toronto.
Oh, you guys are still in the hotel room. That's right. What are you doing? I thought, get in the car after the game. No, you can't do that. When's departure time? Who's got the coffees? What route are you taking? What's going on? I need information here.
Coffees will be in the lobby after we're done recording here. But yeah, fun night. Fun night.
What happened? Obviously, massive win. You guys had to have went out for beers last night.
So
come on, don't.
So Jake will tell you
that's what went on.
Jake was getting, graphics from me at 2 a.m. this morning because we got back to our hotel room at 1:38. No, we didn't stay out all night, but we're out at the hotel or at the airport. So we had to take the train out to the airport. And then we had a couple of beers at the Sheraton because all Graeme kept saying the whole, I'd love to have a beer. I'd love to have a beer. I'm like, I would love to go to bed.
That's not true at all. That's not
so
true.
Then at 1, we're having wings and salad and poutine. I'm like, oh my God, this is a terrible choice.
So let me get this straight. So the game ends. You guys do your thing at the rink, get some footage and stuff, talk to a few guys. You probably get out of there around 11ish.
Oh no,
it was like 10 to midnight. 10 to midnight.
Yeah. 10 to midnight.
Then,
so then
we jump on the Up Express. We caught a train at Union to the airport, and then we're just talking it'd be nice to have a beer. And then Wally said I don't think our hotel lobby bar is going to be open by the time we get back. And then it's this oasis, the Sheraton Hotel right at the train.
Right, the Sheraton Gateway, Yorkie.
You guys stay at the Gateway? Great.
Oh,
lobby.
Of course not. We can't afford that. We're across the
what?
street.
Oh, you went to the shitty Sheraton? Don't go there.
No, we're not. we're at the Element. It's a very nice hotel. We couldn't get, so we drove. Okay. By the way, this show brought to you by Bet365. We'll get into that later.
Hey, hold on a sec. Why didn't you just leave the rink and stay downtown where everything was buzzing?
Where everything was $800, Yorkie.
Where everything is buzzing? It was a factory of sadness outside Scotiabank Arena last night.
It was dead. We got out.
It was
amazing. Just go over to maybe the Royal York lobby bar, Wally. Get yourself a nice old fashioned. Sit there,
Yorkie, you don't
be
understand.
Civilized, and then take the train around 1. Get your drink.
Train. So, listen, the train ends at 1. We just wanted to get back, settle in. We got a long drive today. I still had to work on the show. So
what happened? So you get on. So you get to the Element. The Royal York.
So we get off the train, and Wally says there's no way our hotel lobby bar is going to be open. So he leads us, navigates this path, gets us to the Sheraton. We sit down. We ask the bartender, "Are you guys still serving drinks?" She says, "Yes." We sit down, and then she says, "Do you guys want food?" And we're like, "Food?" Had that moment, and then bad decisions were made from there. It started with a beer, and then it wound up being wings, and I got a salad, and
so
Wally had a poutine. It was just bad decisions all around. As soon as the food was put down on the table, we're just like, "Oh, this was a terrible idea."
So you hammered a poutine at 1 in the morning.
I'm so angry with myself.
You took down a poutine. That's not your body's a temple. While
I know
hammering poutines at 2 in the morning.
I know it was a huge mistake. However, last thing before we move on to the show, by the way, because we got to get going here. Now, the car ride up was impressive. It was easy. We got into Toronto, whatever, little traffic. But I've now driven 4 hours, right? So we're at the hotel gate. But there's a gate. You got to push for a ticket to get in. No ticket. Nothing coming. Nothing. Now it's lined up. Right now we're 4 cars deep. People are not happy with old Wally at the gate. Call the number. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Gate's not opening. No, Graeme gets out. He's gone for like 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay, a half hour. It felt like an eternity when you're sitting at the gate. Won't open. So finally someone says there's another gate around the other side. You can go. I'm like, so we got to back up. Everybody's got to back up. No one's happy. And then I get inside and they're like, okay, well, we'll go take a look. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, no one can get in. There's no sign that says don't go to this gate. Well, you just call the call button. I'm like, oh, my sweet Jesus. I called the call button. Nobody answered the call button. It's supposed to open the gate. I'm like, it didn't open the gate. I don't think you're listening. So a little salty Wally at that particular moment.
So it's just, well, I heard the trip, your guys' trip, like they started off, there was coffees, there was going to be a nice route, there was supposed to be a nice playlist, and there was going to be all jolly, and then all of a sudden it just turns into a demo. See, I can't leave you guys alone for like one little trip and everything just goes sideways.
That was great. Got into Wally's SUV, and he's got the 2 coffees, he's got the Timbits. He's like, look at the side panel of your door. I look, bottle of water. He's like, we're stocked. We're good to go. He's like, make sure you take a photo for Yorkie.
Car was vacuumed.
I'm like, done. I can do that. Yeah, he detailed his car before we left. It was just no complaints. No complaints. And we were playing music, so it wasn't
the
a
whole
psychotic
way.
Yeah, it wasn't a psychotic drive down. And we took Highway 7, so whoever was sad that
nice, right? It's nice.
Wally
it's
was
nice.
Slandering Highway 7, you can relax. We took it down.
Isn't it nice? It's
fine.
such a nice drive.
It's
I really
horrendous.
I spent the whole time pointing at beautiful scenery on the way down, and Wally's
Yeah,
like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Can we get on with the show?
Look at that rock face, Wally. Isn't that beautiful? Shut up, Graeme.
So when's ETA for your departure time? Like, what are you getting out of that beautiful hotel of yours, the Element?
Well, the show probably will conclude around 10, and we'll be on the road at like 10:07 if Graeme gets his.
Part of me is hoping the gate. Part of me is hoping the exit gate won't open, so Wally will have a coronary. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
Stupid gate. Anyway,
all right. There is good news though. Like there is good news because the internet's been buzzing. Number one, Sens had a massive win last night. It was like Ottawa was electric. And number two, like when are you going to address the elephant in the room?
That could be a number.
This has to be brought up. Like there's a bet there was a bet that was made on this game last night, and people are dying to know: did you do the parlay bet?
You should have seen the moment. You should have seen the moment, Yorkie. So we're in the bowels of the arena after the game, waiting for the Senators to open up the dressing room. And we're just waiting, and there's like a television screen right above us, and we're just watching that, and it shows the game score after the game and has like the player points and everything. We're just going through, and I think there's like a minute left in the game. Tim Stützle gets the assist on the Brady goal, and Wally's like, I need Timmy out there to get another point, and obviously that never happened. He goes back to the bench and spends the rest of the game on the bench just watching. And we don't think anything of it. And then they flash the game score after the game, and Wally sees, oh my God, Timmy got 2 assists. He had a goal. He had 3 points. And it was to see it in real time play out where he didn't realize it until well after the game was over that he hit this parlay. It was incredible. It was so funny. So funny.
3
to see
points,
in real time.
Graeme, 3. So the bet was the Wally parlay from last night was Stützle with 3 points.
Yep.
Sens win. Wasn't there an Ullmark save factor?
No.
Ullmark 25 saves and Brady to score a goal.
That was the parlay?
Yeah.
And you got the entire parlay. What was the bet?
Yeah. So I saw the empty
much?
netter go in, and I was like, oh, that's great. But it's too bad that Tim missed the 3-point night. And then boom. So I'm frantically trying to check on my phone, but my phone is my camera at the moment. So it's on a tripod, monopod thing. I had to wait to get back to check it. Anyway, so yeah, I just don't know if I'm hoping Lisa's not watching. So I don't have to tell her.
Well, no, this is great news. This is great news.
So here's the thing, though. I've been blown away by the number of messages, text, everything. I didn't think anybody paid attention to anything I said. Usually the number of comments on this, I had no idea. No idea.
$10 bet pays six. Was that $6.85? Just do the quick math here. How many beers can we buy with $685?
So,
Wally, no, don't interrupt me here. $6.85 divided by $10. I think you can buy. You're going to be able to buy close to 70 beers with that. That's fantastic.
You broke up there. I can't hear you. Sorry. The thing.
Everybody
Okay.
wins. Everybody wins. This is fantastic. Everybody wins.
Okay, so I need to. We don't have a. We may not be at the Royal Oak tomorrow. We're working through this, so stay with us. We'll keep you posted. As of right now, we have nothing set up with the Royal Oak. I thought it was. The deal was for games 3 and 4 and not 6. So,
well,
stay tuned. We'll figure out something. We'll post it on social media and let you guys know what happened. Okay.
Yeah, we're brainstorming. We're brainstorming because that was the deal. Those 2 games, but we're trying to figure out a way how we can make this work. And more importantly, we got to spend that $685, Graeme. Like,
no,
come on.
No. Hey, hold on a second. Old Grammy's in a room over there that's being courteously covered by yours truly.
Well, Wally is flush right now.
All right. Speaking
my
of
God.
flush. This show, by the way, fueled by Gabriel Pizza. Not like that stuff they serve up here in Toronto. I'll tell you, Gabriel Pizza is the best pizza you can find. The official pizza of the Ottawa Senators is coming in hot. Download the Gabriel Pizza app and earn points with every order. Unlock exclusive deals through the Gabriel Pizza perks. Craving a slice after a big Sens win? Don't forget, they got 4 last night. You can score 40% off any 9-inch pizza today. Just use the app and the deal is yours after 11 a.m. Order now through Gabriel Pizza or online at GabrielPizza.com. Gabriel Pizza, bigger, better, Gabriel. And by Merkley Supply. They have over a century of passion, expertise, and the highest quality masonry supply. Home to the largest masonry boutique in Eastern Ontario, and they deliver throughout the area. From Canada's Supreme Court to your front steps, Merkley is proud to set it in stone. For more, go to merkleysupply.com or visit their showroom in Hintonburg, or you can have a tour of Yorkie's house whenever you want. Merkley, mark every milestone.
Charm Diamond Centers is proudly Canadian owned and operated since 1972 with more than 85 locations across the country through Charm and their sister brands. Get custom ring building delivered in less than 4 weeks with the Charm Masterpiece program and an unbeatable pricing policy. Check out a large selection of Canadian lab-grown diamonds, mine diamonds. Don't pay until 2026. Apply for a Charm Diamond Flexity card today and get approved for no interest financing on your purchase in minutes. For more information, go to charmdiamondcenters.com. Chosen forever, Charm Diamond Centers.
That's good. That's good.
It's not
stuff
like a
right
70s pop hit.
Well, that's his style, Wally. You're more gospel choir. Graham's got some soul when he sings.
Yes.
Soul. He's a
All right.
soul man.
Let's get to it. Here is, by the way, because we love, I said a little chaos. I wanted a little chaos in the series. Here's the front page of the Toronto Sun today.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. A huge win last night as Ottawa silenced the fans. They silenced the team. And there's now going back to game 6 in Ottawa.
Crazy. And it's crazy because the video that keeps popping up is Brady Tkachuk leaving the ice after the last Ottawa home game. And you could read his lips. We'll be back. Almost like Arnold. I'll be back. Just calling it. No, a pretty surreal moment though. Like this is the great thing about the playoffs. There's these storylines and things that happen and the momentum turns and just that whole atmosphere in in Ottawa for those 2 games. Like you as a player, that's all you want in your hockey career, to experience these types of moments. Playing in front of a crowd like we had here in Ottawa. It's just absolutely amazing, guys. I'm getting goosebumps down my back right now because it's hard to describe, but you can see it when Brady speaks, the passion and how much Brady and this group care right now. My God. I can't wait for game 6, fellas. It's going to be I think there's going to be a new record for noise in an NHL building. It's going to be crazy when they skate on the ice. Because from the last two games, guys, have been unreal. But I think I know it's going to be nuts.
What's interesting too is like it's diametrically opposed to the building last night in Toronto. Like the Scotiabank Arena from warm-ups through the entire duration of the game. The nervous energy that was there was palpable the entire
Very
game.
Anxious. Very anxious.
It was super interesting. The first two games in Toronto were obviously very loud. Actually, the first game in particular was loud, but the last night was it was different. It felt like a regular season game. Like Wally and I were talking about that at the Sheraton bar after the game. It was just like it felt like a regular season crowd for the Leafs. It's just they had nothing going, not a ton of energy. It was interesting.
I meant to post. I have a picture just from the back of as we wait for the media elevator. It's at the back of the 400 level or whatever it is at the Scotiabank. Just everybody just sitting. Like, there's no noise. They're just sitting. It's 10 minutes to go in the game. There's nothing coming. Here's Brady Tkachuk last night talking about what he expects from the game, from the crowd in Game 6, I should say.
Well, I expect pure insanity, that's for sure. But no, they know how important they are. They know how much juice they give us, and how. No, we just want to represent them well, and when they're buzzing like that, it's can't really describe yet. How it feels for me, and how it feels for this whole group, and just the amount of energy we get off that.
So yeah, they're excited. I'm excited to see how the fans will react, because it was noticeably quiet last night. Noticeably.
Well, the Sens they were smothering last night. Toronto got a couple good looks, but there was 0 secondary chances. We've been talking about, I think, Graeme, you brought that up, the inside of the ice. Ottawa owned the inside of the ice. Like, sure, Toronto had a lot of zone time at particular times of the games, but you talk about the boxing out, making sure Ullmark could see shots, making sure there wasn't a lot of secondary chances, and the back check. To me, you look at how the Senators... Like, I showed a video last night, and it was pretty telling. Like if I was in Toronto's room last night, and I'm Ruby showing the replay from the Cousins goal. Cousins, I don't know if you guys watched that goal in its entirety, the shorty. He starts at the goal line because he's right down. He's actually about a foot away from Matthews. He ends up blowing by Tavares and Willie Nylander. It's crazy. Nylander just quits on the back check. Like, it's, my God, the Leafs are in trouble. Like, who knows if Ottawa's going to be able to pull this out? But the fact that they've got it to this now, and they've got all the momentum, and if Ullmark can continue to play like this, geez, we might see something special here, boys.
Yeah, it was cool to see live. Like, obviously the Leafs power play was out there for the full 2 minutes. But I think it's like Cousins getting that opportunity on the shorthanded penalty kill was just that story is kind of cool in itself, right? Like he didn't play much special teams shorthanded for Ottawa in I think it was like 26 regular games. When I was writing a story last night after the game, I was looking at it, and it's like he averaged 24 seconds of shorthanded time a game for the Senators, and like that shift that he got, he spent 27 seconds on the ice, and it was probably the best 27 seconds that you could ask for. And like Adam Gaudette made a beautiful read, intercepts the pass, goes back the other way, makes an unbelievable feed to Cousins, and he buried it. And it's the kind of spark that you needed in a 1-goal game. And it's almost like the weight was lifted off the group too. Like, it's just like they got that one insurance goal and they just rolled. And it's good. It's good. Bring the vibes back to Ottawa. Get the crowd behind him, and Thursday night's going to be absolutely insane.
Insane.
I can't wait. Can't wait to be there.
What's that old song, "Insane in the Membrane"? Graeme, that's from your genre. How about on the chat there, Ryan chirping up right now saying he is on his way to buy an Amadio jersey. Amadio's heating up right there, Ryan. I'm buying an Amadio jersey. Honestly, most consistent player on the ice for the Sens. I can make an argument for that. No problem over here. Guy wins almost every single stick battle. Just the thing with guys like Amadio, and I'm going to give David Pearl a shout out here too. That line last night Well, all the Senators' lines were clicking, but what David Perron brings to Cousins and Batherson, we saw it last night. Like, it's just, we talked about it. It's a way better fit. And nothing against Zetterberg, because I thought Zetterberg did a great job on the fourth line. But he just calms those two guys down. He's just, when he gets the puck, he's sure-handed. There's no panic. There's calmness, but it's a controlled calmness with some bite. Because David, you look at the ferocity that he battles along the boards for pucks, and he knows how to protect pucks. And that type of game that David Perron plays really helps Batherson and Cousins. They feed off it. I thought that line was really good. Batherson should have had 3 goals last night. Like, the one
should have had 2 for sure.
Oh my God. I gotta say, like, Tanev is a hell of a defenseman. He was Toronto's best player. That guy almost single-handedly kept Toronto in the game with some of those plays he made around the net. Just such a good defenseman. But I love Batherson's game. Cousins, obviously, but the old dog, David Perron, went down to the fourth line, whatever, does his thing, does whatever it takes to help the team. But last night, didn't show up on the score sheet, but he does so many good things to extend zone time for that line. I just thought that was his best game of the series.
No, he played really well. Played really, really well. It's just it was an impressive just effort from the whole group. Like, to your point earlier, Yorkie, like the back pressure from the forwards.
So
it's
good.
Just it was unbelievable. It's especially when you're watching like from bird's eye view. It's like the Leafs, they get like those second chance opportunities stifled consistently because of the back pressure from the forwards, just stripping the pucks, lifting sticks. It was just stifling. That was, and I thought that was like some of the best neutral zone play I've seen the Senators play all year. Like, there was just nothing going on. It was,
you could see what
between the two teams actually for the first stretch. It's like it was just like a defensive clinic. And at one point I like turned to Wally and I said, "Man, this is like watching Senators Devils hockey from like the late '90s." It was just, there wasn't a lot of time and space for either group, and it was good. It was just good to see the Senators persevere and get that important win.
You know what's happening now too? Like, there's been a shift early in the series. It would be Toronto initiating, and then you'd see Senators falling down or battles or things going Toronto's way. Last night, you watched that first goal by Ottawa, and Toronto, instead of trying to fight through, because Toronto does a great job on faceoffs. They hold up, they pick, they don't let you get to the point. It's Ottawa now winning that 50-50 battle on the faceoff. Brady putting it back, and then Marner can't get to the point, then decides to try and sell a call, and he sells out. And when you do that and you don't get a call, he gave Chabot all kinds of time to shoot that puck. And then it's funny watching Marner last night too. That penalty Ridley Gregg got with the holding, you know who that was against, right? Like, that's Marner again going down really easy. Like, it was a little bit of a hold, but selling the call. And then again, do you know who was in front of the goaltender? Went down real easy in front of Ullmark. Marner again. Like, you're just playing that kind of hockey. Refs take notice of that. And he sold the one with Ridley Gregg, but the other two, people were saying that about Stützle before, going down too easy. Refs take notice of that because it's so tight when you're trying to decide what's a penalty and what's not a penalty in the playoffs. And these guys, these referees, if they don't make the right calls, they are fired for the next round. They're not moving forward. So you got a guy on the ice that's going down easy. They don't take kindly to that, because if they get it wrong and they fall for the dive, they're going to look like idiots. So what Marner's doing is not helping them.
I am shocked at the diving by the Leafs. I mean, and I'm not trying
They've
to
been doing it also. They've been doing it. They've been doing it a
So-
lot with the head snapping.
Yeah,
And
last
that-
night with Zub, I can't. Help me out, Graeme. I can't think of who it was in the neutral zone, but he just flops as Zub touches him. He falls backwards, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, but it's it. But you make the referee like look bad a couple times, and then like these guys
Holmberg
are
thank you.
reviewed. Yeah, these guys are reviewed, and like I'm telling you, like if the other team, if the refs are falling for dives, those videos are getting sent in. There's discussions being made, and listen, I'm the first one to say like if ref misses a call, but you gotta give the guys props too when they do a good job. But it's tough in the playoffs, especially when you got guys trying to embellish. Shabby. Oh, Anthony's tripped in here. Well, it's Shabby. Dust. Next play, no dusting.
See that like that's an interesting comment from the listener, because the play before Chabot's goal, he got the puck at the blue line and he kind of just curled it a little bit to get the handle on it and then let the shot go. But he gave the Toronto forward like just enough time to get his stick out and outreach it, and the puck got deflected in the netting behind the goal. And then you're like, I wish he'd get rid of it quicker. And then off the face-off, boom, there you go.
Yeah,
goal.
Do you know what Chabot did really well on that? And he's such a good skater. And it's okay. Like if you are going to dust the puck off, you have to have some deception where you get the forward to bite, which you pull it. He changed his angle of his shot by about 3 feet because Marner's stick, even though he was off balance a little bit and tried to sell a hook on Giroux, Chabot still had to pull it around his stick, and he did a really nice job with it. It was a quick pull, so just a speckle of dust on that shot, like just a speckle, not a lot, a little tiny dust, and then get it through. And but if you're gonna dust, Wally, you got to be deceptive with it, and Chabot was really deceptive.
Speaking of dusting, Shabby got completely dusted into the corner by Morgan Riley, and I'm curious, Yorkie, as a guy who's played the game. Would you have like? It's easy for us to say, well, there should have been a maximum 5 and all that stuff. Is it a 5 for you?
No.
Now I also think of the game earlier, the call earlier in the game where there was that Ridley Gregg with the shove into the back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so I wonder if that played a part.
Yeah, I'm not. For me, it's not a 5. It's Riley coming in. He's trying to play Chabot hard. No, just come on. It's the NHL.
But dangerous. That's a dangerous play, though. No?
Puck
well, just give me the answer. Like, hey, you're on the ice. You've dealt with it. Like,
hockey's dangerous all game long.
Okay.
Like, you go into the corner, you know there's danger coming.
Yeah,
it's just.
I think it looked bad too because he pulled his hand. Like Chabot had the puck and he pulled his hands in a little bit, and then he got hit. And he just didn't have time to brace himself either. So he went in pretty hard though. But
he did. And like I look at the players doing it too. Like I like to bring into account which players are doing it. And for Riley, people might disagree, but I don't find him a malicious player. I don't find he's a guy that's trying to. It's like when Quinn Hughes got his penalty on Josh Norris earlier this year. That wasn't a 5-minute penalty. Like, come on,
right? But they were engaged.
They
were engaged. Like Shabby's coming back, and Riley. That's an extra. Fair enough.
I didn't mind. You know what? You got to
call the push into the numbers.
Riley's only dirty after empty net clappers.
Exactly. But that was like an uncomfortable dirty. He's like, I don't really know what to do here. Okay, I'm going to give you a push. like it's not in his MO. He's not a mean guy.
Did have a welt on his face. I will say that if you watch the Shabby interview, you can see it. Check out Wally.
It's a playoffs. Like, come on, it's playoff hockey. You go in the corner, guys close on you quicker. You know guys are coming. Is it dangerous? Sure, there's dangerous plays going on all over the ice, but I like it when the refs let the guys play. Call the stuff that you know, but I hate seeing guys, and Shabby didn't embellish that, but I hate the plays that Marner makes when you're trying to, and a lot of other guys do it too, when you're trying to embellish and embarrass the referees. I can't stand that.
I will say I am surprised though in those situations, because it seems like the tendency across the league is to call the 5 right away and then review it, and then like minimize it if necessary. So I was a little surprised that they didn't do that. They conferenced obviously by the boxes, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, moving on. So we don't usually talk about the opposition very much in the show. However, I love the carnage that's coming out of Toronto. So last night after the game, Chris Tanev says, in a matter of fact, we're up 3-2 in this series. I think we're fine. Didn't Austin Matthews say we'll be back here?
After the loss, he did the reverse. Brady, you guys are going to Ottawa
we'll be back.
for game
Oh,
6.
it was over the
We'll be
fans
back.
leaving. Yeah.
We'll be back here for 7. Don't worry.
We'll be back here for 7. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. So
Did he say that, Wally?
something to that effect. Yeah. Like
No,
Graeme
he
showed
didn't.
last night.
It was a joke. It was a joke tweet. It was just it was a Sens fan who posted. Don't worry, guys. We'll be back for game 7. It's like, but that means you lost game 6. That means you lost game
didn't say
6.
Before we
No,
get
it was a
yelled at.
joke. It was a joke. It was a
Well,
joke.
you showed it to me.
I know, because I thought it was funny.
I don't do funny, Graeme.
You don't do funny? Come on.
No.
Come on.
Serious.
I'm looking forward to your stand-up routine on the drive home. Come on, Brent.
All business
God.
on the way home. We got to get home.
Oh God, Graeme, I feel sorry for you on this ride home.
I got to sort
Well,
out.
no,
the
I feel sorry for me if they would have lost, but Wally hits his parlay. We're coming back for game 6.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're gonna have a good live show tomorrow if we can pull all the strings together and make it work.
Well, we
And,
gotta
have a fun experience with the listeners and stuff. But I don't know, the situation could be worse. I'm on cloud 9. Like watching that game live last night was just unbelievable, and just the Scotiabank Arena was a factory of sadness last night. It was cool to see firsthand. It was really, 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 really neat. And then you just know how electric the building's going to be on Thursday night, and being able to look forward to that, and just having the team come home to that and play in front of that kind of energy is just going to be fantastic. And you hope they can extend the series and bring it back to Toronto, and then let the chips fall where they fall. It's pretty good. And then I don't know. I mentioned this to Wally. I don't know if he agrees, but it's cool having the moment last night where they shut them at 4-0. You talk to the players. They're all business. They're focused on the game. They're focused on the process, game by game, period by period. I think they know what they have to do. It's encouraging, and I hope they can do it. It'd be a great story, and it would be one of the funniest things ever. But it would be a really, really good story.
there's the thing with the Senators right now. They're playing with house money.
Aren't we
the
all?
Toronto, the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Wally's playing with house money. He's got 680 in his slacks right now, just burning a hole for Thursday. They were down 3-0. They're the 7th seed. Toronto was the best team in the division. The fact that they just went into a hostile environment and played extremely well. You're coming to the rink today, probably not skating. You're gonna have a team meeting back here, the Ottawa team, and you're relaxed. You're re-energizing, and you're like, this is fantastic. We're coming back home. All the pressure's on Toronto. Just continue to do what we're doing. Play the right way. Play hard. I just keep going back to that some of the plays from last night's game, and the way Ottawa's back checking, the way to their skating compared to Toronto. It's like one team's playing paralyzed with fear, and the other team's playing loose. The other team's just playing. So that's a powerful thing, and we'll see if Toronto can figure it out. And I'm sure they're gonna have some meetings and show some things on video, absolutely. But Ottawa's in a real good spot here, guys, and it's just when you get to the game, it's handling the emotions and just making sure you continue to play like they are, extremely hard. But the key is being relaxed. You don't want to tighten up, and you don't want to start thinking about game 7. Just play this game, take the same attitude, and I think they'll be fine.
One of the small details, Yorkie, and you probably appreciate this as a defenseman. It's the little chip plays from defenseman to partner behind the net. It's just the exits have been so clean. Anytime there's been pressure, they've done a really nice job of finding their partner with space and time, and the exits have been clean. They were really clean last night, and I don't know. It was obviously Toronto's pressuring and stuff, but it just felt like Ottawa was playing just so efficiently with the puck, just coming out of their own end, and it was neat to watch. It was really, really neat to watch.
Do you want to know what Ottawa does really well? So Toronto's F1, their first forechecker, comes really, really hard. He dictates where the puck's going to go, but Ottawa brings their first forward back really deep into the zone. So he's got to be back there to support their D. So sometimes it's not even the D they're using, Graeme. You'll notice a lot of times it's they'll go back, take the hit from the first forechecker, and just kind of leave the puck to the side. So sometimes Pinto picks it up. Gadet's back there sometimes. Whoever it is, like they're coming so deep into the zone, and sometimes it's just a little flip over to your partner. It's just they're supporting the puck really well, and they're stymieing Ottawa or Toronto's F1 because their F1's doing a good job, but the F2 can't get there on time because Ottawa's got so much support. I know it's like hockey nerd terms that, but just think of it this way: if you're forechecking, people are listening. Ottawa's just got a lot guys that are a lot closer to the puck, and they're saying, you hear that term connected? That's what being connected is. You're connected in the D zone, and that leads to clean entries or exits. And I agree, they're doing a fantastic job. Especially Jensen and Chabot took a lot of heat early on in the series, and I didn't think they played extremely well in game one, but they've gotten better and better. I thought last night was their best game. Like just how they're supporting one another, and it's frustrating if your other team's forecheck. If you're Toronto, you're like, we're coming, we're going hard, but they keep breaking it, and that's when you have those guys that can all skate. And you know who's really helped on that, guys, is Clevin. Because now they have a young defenseman in Clevin. So now they're comfortable with those five. Matt and Pello get spotted in, but you notice now Clevin's getting utilized a little bit more, and he's earned it because he's played so well.
I thought he was great last night.
He was great.
He was really good, yeah.
See how confident he is with the puck?
Like he'll got some penalty kill time, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting better and better, and he's getting a lot of love on the broadcast. Because a lot of people, you don't always talk about the team's 50, but now Clevin, and for sure the goal helped him that he set up the other night. But it's the little plays he's doing. You're watching a young defenseman, and this is what getting into the playoffs does for you. When you play in these types of situations, you just get so much better in such a small span because these games they're night and day to what regular season games are. There's just so much more in the line. They're louder. There's more anxiety. There's more pressure. If you can play in that, you just become so much of a better player. What was that, Wally?
But the best part is it builds your reputation, right? Reputations get made in the playoffs. And now Tyler Clevin is going to always be considered as a really good player from the playoffs.
He made one really just standout play. It was just like the Leafs dumped it in. He retrieved it on the penalty kill. He was playing for Chabot. Abby was in the box, and they dumped it in, and he just beat the Toronto forward to the puck, and then just curls and sends a backhand, just lifts a backhand clearing attempt all the way down the ice. And you're like, he is playing with so much confidence right now.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable. And you're just watching it live. You're just okay, he's feeling it. He's really feeling it. So it's good to see.
This league, guys, is so much between the ears. And you hear this all the time. While you talk to guys over the years, players, you go watch an NHL practice. Everybody can skate. Everybody looks great. It would be hard if the average person went to a practice and to identify who the best players are. Because when you get into a game, it's all about confidence, and it's all about playing with some swagger. Like anybody can get the puck and rip it off the boards and play simple, but to have the ability to just be calm out there and to have some swagger when you're playing, that's what Clevin's getting right now. He's gaining confidence, and that's the whole part of being a good defenseman in the league is just get to a point where that self-doubt is gone. And you just have the belief and the confidence, and you could see it. It's coming big time for Clevin.
Just a quick note: Jake Sanderson, I thought we don't talk about him enough because we just expect it every night. I thought he was great last night. Yeah.
So good.
All right, Graeme, get to work.
All right. This episode is brought to you by Club EG, the heartbeat of Ottawa's golf scene. With access to 60 top-tier courses, 10-plus leagues, and epic golf trips around the world, Club EG is doing it all. They're behind major events like the Ottawa Sun Scramble and the Ottawa Citizen Golf Championship. If there's golf happening in the city, odds are Club EG is running it. You don't even need to be a member to register for any of the events, but if you do sign up, you'll unlock exclusive rates and become part of a golf club that welcomes every kind of player. Visit clubeg.golf and start playing more golf more often this summer.
And this show also brought to you by BEI. Give them a shout for equipment rentals, aggregate topsoil sales, as well as custom crushing and screening. Hot Mix Paving, they can help you get that driveway done. They can do everything for you. Spring is here, so when you're planning your next project, please consider BI for all your aggregate supply needs. BI is helping to shape the Ottawa Valley, and you could get them at 613-432-1120 or online at bonasherexcavating.com.
And of course, by our proud presenting sponsor, who now owe me money. Want to get on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365? They got you from game props, player props, total, and money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, and the Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever it is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Here are tonight's games. 3 games in action. Tampa, Florida. I love that series. The Montreal-Washington series has been fantastic. And the St. Louis-Winnipeg series that's wild. Like the Vezina Trophy winner, right? Connor Hellebuyck.
Potential.
Doesn't look fantastic anymore.
Hart Trophy winner as well.
I'll be back tomorrow. When I wake up early, I will make some other ridiculous pick, and we'll see if it plays out.
Yeah, he should. Why not? $10.
I don't hear you.
I hear him.
What?
I hear Yorkie.
Yeah. It's all
I
good.
don't hear anybody.
Get the turnips out of your ears, Wally. Come on.
Well, I can't hear us, Yorkie. You can say whatever you want.
We'll just take it. I don't know what's going on.
What is going on? Okay, so we're gonna figure out a way how to maybe do something, get a little get-together gathering before the game. So check out Twitter, Wally. I guess you're gonna tweet something out. No, he can't hear
I
us.
still can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, Graeme, what are we gonna do with this guy? Show us.
I have no idea.
Off the rails. Wally, was it?
I don't even.
Go ahead. Let's don't
know if
forget
he
about
has his earpiece. He doesn't have his earpiece. So obviously, Dylan Cousins had his 2-on-1 early in the game, elected to pass the puck. How good was it to see him kind of get vindicated and rewarded for the second one, Yorkie?
Remember yesterday when we were talking about guys who we thought need to step up if Ottawa's going to win this game? I just felt Dylan Cousins was due. And I love the fact that the Greener put together that line of Perron, Cousins, and Batherson. They're just, if you talk about a team's MO, like when that team's going, Ottawa just seems to feed off it, especially like the way Batherson was handling pucks, taking pucks to the net, just playing physical. Like that line just brings a real physical brand of hockey that just it kind of gives the rest of the lines momentum. I thought Giroux was really good last night too, Graeme. Like he did a lot. Very good, yeah. He did a lot of sneaky, smart things in that game. Face-offs. I don't have the chart in front of me for face-offs, but it seemed like they're winning some more key draws at key times. So face-offs seem to be getting better. But just the team just played smart. And they just, like I said earlier, like they just stayed on top of Toronto. Mm-hmm. And like when you
Giroux
do that,
Giroux was at 44% last night, but he started slow. But he started winning draws in the second half of the game.
He had some key wins though at key times. Like a lot of times, it's not just about the percentage. It's what you do on faceoffs to help too. So I thought early in the series, Toronto was doing a better job of helping your centerman. Where Ottawa now, you can tell they've been going over it and doing video. They're doing a much better job of being on their toes. So if it's like a 60-40 win where it's kind of to your side, they're getting in there first, which Brady did last game. And it goes right back and they're getting to the net. And yeah, we haven't talked about Brady that much either. He was like, people keep expecting him to be shot out of a cannon and be this guy that's running around hitting everybody in sight. But the little plays he's making, like just the getting to the net, winning battles, smart plays. It's
especially like down low, like seeing him battle like Chris Tanev, like two large individuals who are very good at what they do. Seeing that play out live is just it's cool to see. It's like just the jockeying for position and everything. Brady's playing at another level, like with the puck protection and sustaining offensive zone time, cycling it around. Like him and Timmy, I thought have been really good all series doing that.
Stitzel was great last night.
Yeah, and Toronto's sending support too. Like if you watch Brady often in these battles, like Toronto's sending a second guy in to try and retrieve the puck, and he's just doing a fantastic job of battling through it and getting the puck loose, bringing the guy who's free and open. And it's that line, even though like the point production might not necessarily be there right now for them, they're doing such a great job down low.
Yeah, it came last night at the right time. Wally, we got you back? Can you hear us now?
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'd just like to give myself the Barry Horowitz on saying that Brady had to have a big game for them to win.
Mm-hmm.
Your guy was Brady. You went with Brady?
Remember? Started the show. I said.
Yep. You took Brady.
You
took Brady. I took Cousins. Graham, who'd you go with for guy?
You took Nick Cousins.
I think Cousins. I talked about Cousins needing a big game. I think the second line needed to play well though. Like, you know, all series you're waiting for that trio to kind of like have their moment. Like we talked about Shane Pinto in game 4 needing to score and do his thing. And I think like heading into game 5, you're like, okay, like this might be the game where Cousins and Batherson get off the schneid and get one. Obviously Cousins scored shorthanded. It wasn't with his line, but
Batherson should have had 2.
Yeah, Batherson could have had 2. And like I think like he worked his ass off last night. Like he was playing hard. He was playing for keeps, and you need those kinds of efforts, especially with the deficit. Like the Senators still have a little bit of a hole to climb out of, but they're all playing with such confidence and they're playing such good defensive hockey right now. They're gonna, irrespective of whether they win or lose, they're gonna be a tough out in the next game or two. It's just they're gonna be hard to play against.
One of the things we haven't talked about, and we're 46 minutes into the show, is Linus Ullmark got his first career playoff shutout.
Yeah. Forgot about that one, Wally. That one slip. He was so good.
He was good, but I'm okay saying that he wasn't great and had to steal that game. He did have the big save early on Tavares on the breakaway.
Hold on. You just said he wasn't great
for them.
You just say he wasn't great. Just good.
So I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I don't like. He didn't have to sprawl out. Like he just made the stop. If you get what I'm saying.
Ooh, he made.
I don't think that he like they're. I don't think the Leafs, except for maybe 5 times, had really solid scoring chances. My point is, I thought Ottawa played so well defensively. He was okay.
He made some really big key stops at key moments, like just really good positionally sound saves. But his rebound
weren't highlight saves. If you understand my point. So he was in the right position to make the stop. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not downplaying his shutout. I'm just saying he didn't have to be falling everywhere.
I'll say on the PK, like because we're talking about how great the Sens PK was, he still is having to make some really big, solid saves on the PK because the guys at the side of the net are still getting all kinds of time. And that's way tougher than it looks when your goalie is all alone, especially when you have this because Ottawa's got the defenseman backs off and he makes sure they can't get a crease cross pass. So they're leaving that guy to Ullmark, but that is a lot of pressure on your goaltender to give a guy that much time and space. And hey, listen, to Ottawa's credit on the PK, like it's predictable. So Ullmark knows where the puck's coming from. But all I'm saying is those are still big saves you got to make on the PK because it's a lot of time and a lot of space on some of those shots they're getting.
I agree with both your points. Like I think what Wally's point about like not having that highlight reel moment. Like obviously he made a breakaway save on Tavares in the first period where I think Jansen made the egregious turnover at the blue line, but then he worked his tail off to get back and take away the forehand. So he forced him onto a weak backhander. Ullmark makes a save, but I thought like Ullmark's best saves early on. There was a nice high tip in the slide. There's a bunch of skipping puck shots.
Marner was all alone. He made a really nice save on that partial break inside the zone.
That was a really nice save actually.
And then I'm trying to remember.
I thought it was just
Graeme, did Matthews on the 2-on-1? Because the replay wasn't great.
Where he missed the net.
I think Matthews missed a piece of that. Did Ullmark get a piece of that?
I don't know. I thought Matthews missed the net, but I just liked his work in the first period because I thought the Leafs sent a lot of skipping shots into his pads early, and he controlled the rebounds. He wasn't kicking anything into like dangerous territory. He was suppressing rebounds, and he just played clean, economical. He was square. He was like he played exactly like you needed, and it was just like that calming. Yeah, it was just like a calming performance without him having to look like a standout guy who stole a game.
Well, I thought he was excellent. I thought he was better than good. I thought he was excellent.
I said, I think very good.
All right, I go an excellent. So very good's a B. I'm giving him an A.
All right. Here is, by the way, the picture I took last night as I was heading downstairs. This is the 10 minutes to go in the third period. Your team is still in it. They're just sitting there. Everybody. Totally nervous.
Well, they should be. It's not like they've been great in elimination games.
There's no noise. There's nothing. It's just
like
a murmur.
Is it 1-13, something like that? They're in Toronto's in one game. So that's they're play with your mind, and it's because to the point when everybody was talking about this series. Well, the history shows that Ottawa has never been able to beat Toronto. Well, none of these guys were part of it. And the guy that's coaching the team was actually on Toronto. So that whole narrative doesn't really matter because these guys weren't part of it. But the other narrative where this team hasn't been able to close series, those players have all been a part of that. So they have to take onus on that. Those are the guys that haven't been able to do it. So there is a lot of pressure on that group, a lot of pressure. And I think, Graeme, you made this point yesterday. If Ottawa can somehow get the first goal again tomorrow night, oh boy, this game's going to be fun to watch because one team's got a hell of a lot more pressure than the other. Ottawa's playing with house money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a matter of executing, right? It's just a matter of going out, continue to execute, put all the pressure on Toronto, and it's that photo is just so funny, Wally, because it looks like thousands of people who've seen this movie before.
Right?
It's
just
like
they're waiting for the show to start, is what it looks like.
Yeah. And even like you talk to the Toronto media in between intermissions as well, and it's the same thing. It's just like you can feel it. Not that everyone like lives and breathes vicariously like through the team or whatever, but you can feel like you can feel it collectively, like they know, but you can feel it collectively. It's that same sentiment. You can't shake this nagging feeling of doubt in this group, and it's palpable. You can feel it. It's kind of surreal, but it's man. If you can get this back to Toronto for Game 7, man, like the nervous energy in that building is going to be a fun experience to be at.
I need to know if they can do this. I want to know if they can force Game 7.
What's the first question to Travis Green after Game 6 if the Senators win? It's like, Travis, do you know you have a chance to do the funniest thing ever?
Well, the one thing we haven't mentioned today, and it's still a long ways away, you still got to win Game 6. You still got to get back to Toronto for Game 7. I'll just say if. Wouldn't it be ironic if Ottawa somehow was able to win this series and the Ottawa Senators are the team responsible for breaking up the core four? That's what will happen. That's what will happen.
Well, that's it, right? Like, Tavares is a free agent. Marner's a free agent.
Yeah.
But you can't lose
when you lose this often with the same group. Yeah, when you lose this often with that same group of players, like something has to change. Ultimately.
Yeah, it's like, listen, there's a lot of work for Ottawa to do here. This is no given. Craig Berube's a great coach. Like, this guy's been through it. The guy won the Stanley Cup. The guy knows what he's doing. So I wouldn't be counting Toronto out yet, but it's just great. We've got some drama now. We've got something to talk about. Like, if Ottawa would have got swept 4 straight, my God, it would have been. Still would have been a successful season for Ottawa, but tainted. It would have been tainted because you lost 4 straight to Toronto, and it never sits well in this city. But the fact they've made it a series, there's some drama. You've planted. I've seen this all over X last night. People with those little pictures, those little memes, the seeds of doubt have been planted, and it's growing. You're going to water the garden, water those seeds, and hopefully they turn into nice little bushes by Game 7. And my God, but yeah, it's you got to give Ottawa kudos for what they did last night. That is so tough to go into a building like that and play the way they did and play with the kind of, for a young team, guys, it's really tough to play with that type of composure. Like that is with that group. When you look at guys that haven't been in that situation before, like we mentioned Tkachuk, we mentioned the DE, we mentioned Chabot and the Batherson Cousins line and David Perron, but I still don't think we're talking enough about Tim Stützle. Like this is his first playoff. This is this guy's first playoff, and I think he's been tremendous. Like he's a number one center that's never been in the playoffs, and this guy is competing, battling, and had himself a night and got a parlay for Wally last night.
Oh, I never doubted him. I never doubted him. In fact,
No, his defensive growth since the first season has been remarkable, though. Like he's become such a complete player. Like his evolution is like a strong two-way player. Is like I don't think you can give him enough credit for the strides he's made defensively.
Here, by the way, I'd like to give credit to Jack Sanderson for putting this together for me last night.
So as I was saying, the amount of money I'm going to be making would hurt your parents' feelings. You remember the class where I taught you all how to make it rain? That's what I'm going to be doing every single night. Dollar bills, y'all.
Well, you see that? That's what's going to happen. See your body there? If you keep if you keep hammering poutines, Jake, can you go back to that picture for a sec? That video just at the end? Just flash Wally, Coach Wally. See, Coach? See the boiler on Coach Wally? That's what happens if you keep hammering poutines at 2 a.m. You get the milk bag body.
This is all on Graeme. It's
powered by
poutines. Somehow it's my fault. He has no free will.
Have a good time in Toronto.
He has no free will.
Get him down here. Have a little fun.
Well, he mix a salad for God's sake at 1 a.m.
Graeme had 2 salads yesterday.
Got to make it work.
I can't believe it. Oh, that's so funny. The face.
All right.
But Yorkie, just to go back to your point about like the lessons learned in development, I think like from this group's perspective, you talk about these wins and everything else. We pivoted essentially from like thinking like, oh, well, they're playing close games, they're playing meaningful games. Like they lost a couple overtime winners, and you're like, there's some positives to take away from that. And then they win a game. You're like, okay, it's great for them to experience a win. And now it's like you're kind of moving past like the growth and these lessons learned, and now it's like, oh shit, like this team has a chance to win the series. It's just that kind of opportunity I don't think is lost on this group. I think it's going to be a fun game 7. It's going to be a fun game 6, and hopefully they can get it to 7.
One of the things, there's been a lot of things that this coaching staff's done really well with this group, and you see who's with the team all the time, right? He's up in the press box. Wally, you were chatting with him in Toronto when we were having the meal in Toronto. You asked him, what's going on? How come you're not coming on the show? It was old Jacques Martin, and he looked at Wally. He's like, I'm kind of busy,
I said, did you change numbers? He's like, nope, that's it.
Wally goes up to Jacques. You weren't there, Graeme. I'm chatting with Jacques in Toronto at the meal. They do a little meal before the game there. And Wally shuffles over to Jacques. He's like, did you change phone numbers? No, same number. He goes, I'm trying to get a hold of you to come on the pod. And Jacques smiles. He's like, I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, beat it.
But Jacques been like, he's a calming influence. He's been around the group. And what's Jacques' big thing he always talks about? The process. Stick to the process. But Travis has done a really nice job with this group where you don't get ahead of yourself and think about game 7. You don't get ahead of yourself and think about what if we win game 6. It's just the process is you go to the rink today, you watch some videos, you rest, you re-energize, and you get ready for tomorrow. And then you do what you continue to do. And it's just building. It's so boring. It's all those lines you hear, one shift at a time, one period of a time. But it is as simple as that. And this group has done a really nice job of doing that. And that's largely, in fact, due to the message they get. It's just stay in the moment. Don't get ahead of yourself. Jacques Martin, trust the process. Don't call Wally back. and try and win Game 6.
I'll wait now till the playoffs are over. Shout out to all the people who were down on Elgin Street last night on the Sens Mile. You guys did a fantastic job of kicking up a storm, so good for you. I hope to see you guys down there again after a big Game 6 win. But for now, Graeme, it's time to pack up the car, get home. So
can't wait.
We will keep you posted on tomorrow's whereabouts. Okay.
Where's the official post coming from? People need to know. This is important. They want.
Well, it'll be on our social media pages, Instagram and on Twitter. Those are the biggest ones, or X, whatever you want to call it. So we will keep you posted. Okay.
All right.
It's just going to be us with a keg in like lot 4 of the parking lot of the CTC handing out free beer
out of the back of Graham's pickup.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Bunch of red cups. It's going to be fantastic.
No. Just shot
I want
glasses.
premium. I want German beer. I want premium beer.
No.
No keg.
No, it's a Molson sponsor. So we're gonna have to stick to the Yorkie. Just say you like Molson Canadian and we'll move on.
I love Molson Canadian. Do you know, I wish they still made Canadian Light, though. That is one of the lost beers in time. One of my favorite beers growing up, Molson Canadian Light.
I took you more of a 10 penny kind of guy.
10 penny, no. Canadian Light was my go-to.
All right. We'll see you back in Ottawa. We'll keep you posted, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Yorkie. As always, nice to see you.
Enjoy the ride, Graeme.
It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait.
You keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.